Hello guys, welcome back in today's video. That is part 2 of magneto-optical properties of different substances. And if you haven't seen part 1, I really encourage you to go and see that video. I'm going to leave the link somewhere up here. And what we're going to do today, we're going to measure the magnetic field produced by this solenoid that I've built. But first, I want to tell you some changes that I've done to the experimental setup. And so, as you can see, last time we had this switch that powered the solenoid, but it was actually rated for the currents and voltages that I'm using, but probably it wasn't rated for switching it on and off too many times. And so the cameraman came with a huge idea that was to take a clamp and stick to this clamp two copper plates in this way, that are the two terminals of the switch. So when the clamp is closed, the switch is armed, while when the clamp is open, or we can place some insulator between the terminals, the switch is not on, is off. And second change that I've done is last time I told you that I had this household quality mirror that was placed in a 45-degree angle. Actually, it was this one. But I had a problem with this household quality mirror, because they're made with I don't know if you can see them. It's a thin sheet of glass, and the reflective surface it's on the bottom. And this created me two reflections, one on the top of the glass, like 4% reflectance, and one at the reflective surface, and these two beams interfered, and it was pretty annoying, and I didn't want that. And so I bought this higher quality mirror that has the reflective surface on the top, and so I don't have anymore that problem. Let's see what we're going to do now. Is we're going to take our Gauss meter, we're gonna measure the magnetic field, the magnitude. We're not interested really in the direction, right at the center of our solenoid, which is the highest. And so let's go, guys. Let's see if we have a pretty high field. Alright guys, everything is ready. We have our probe that is placed in the correct position. So I'll say it again, we're gonna measure the magnetic field, the magnitude, right in the middle of the axis of the solenoid. And just to give you an idea of what we're talking about, this is a solenoid that was made with a unipolar wire of 10 square millimeter cross section. The total length of the wire is 100 meters, and the height of this solenoid is something like 16.8 centimeters. And it has an internal radius of 3.15 centimeters and an external radius of 9.18 centimeters. I'm not going to bore you with some detailed calculation, but this is the profile of the magnetic field on the axis of the solenoid. 0 is the center of the axis. As you can see, is symmetric. I'm gonna place the image inside the video. But the thing I want to say is that I expect this was made with MATLAB, with superposition principle of a lot of concentric solenoids, because this is how our coil is made. And I expect a magnitude of the magnetic field here in the middle of 224 milliteslas, something around that value. And last thing I'm gonna say is that we have here our battery pack. It's an RL circuit, because we have a resistance and an inductance, and the total inductance of this thing is 5.67 millihenries, and the current should reach its maximum values in 0.1 seconds. So now we're gonna do the experiment, and we're gonna see if this thing works. I'm gonna now power up the system. and let's see if we get something close. It's going to power off, just 1 second. Okay, now we are ready. 3, 2, 1. Wow, super accurate. Super accurate. So the result we have are really similar and close to our expectations. We are really happy. And okay, for today it's probably everything. I'm gonna last thing which is important is that I probably didn't say this also in the first video, that our beaker is actually placed in the middle of the solenoid, because as you can see from this plot, it's where the field is not only the strongest, but due to the fact that we are close to a maximum, it's also very spatially uniform. And this is important for what we aim to do. So guys, for today it's everything. We have seen and measured the magnetic field of our solenoid. I'm gonna see you in the next video, where we are going to do the real experiment and see if this thing actually works. Enjoy, guys!